Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining the call. Before we get started, we have just a little bit of housekeeping. First of all, let me know that you can hear me, please. Just type something into the chat box, or if one of the other organizers could unmute and let me know you can hear me.
Hey, Amherst, this is Danielle. I can hear you.
Perfect. All right. A bit of housekeeping before we begin. Throughout most of today's meeting, participants will remain on mute to cut down on background noise and interference. You can type comments or questions into the session chat log, which will be monitored by staff for the duration of the meeting. You may also utilize the raise your hand function during certain parts of the presentation. Please do note that to be legally counted for a vote, each delegate must be logged into the call individually. Also, voting members will not be able to vote if their screens are in full screen mode, so please collapse your viewing screen to use the poll vote function. During a vote, a poll vote will be enacted in which participants will select their choice vote from the options on their screen. To make, second, or question a motion, participants will be asked to raise their hands to be recognized. If you need technical assistance during the meeting, please text 337-294. Oh, sorry about that. Just changed the slide. You'll text 337-294-0106 or email info@gslpg.org. Also, just a note, you will want to stay for the full meeting to be eligible to win a door prize that will be drawn at the end of the meeting. We have several members of the Board of Directors on the call today, as well as GSLPG voting delegates and select members of the GSLPG staff. Thank you all for answering the call to make this important meeting happen so that we can move forward the business of council and stay on firm footing for our girls and our membership. I am now going to hand it off to our board chair, Danielle Brown, to begin the meeting.
I call the 2020 Girl Scout Louisiana Pines to Gulf annual meeting to order. Please join me in reciting the Girl Scout promise. On my honor, I will try to serve God, my country, to help people at all times, and to live by the Girl Scout law. I am Danielle Brown, the chair of Girl Scouts Louisiana Pines to Gulf Board of Directors. The board members of Girl Scout Louisiana Pines to Gulf identify with the council's mission to build girls of courage, confidence, and character who make the world a better place by accepting the responsibility to serve this organization. We want to assure membership of our diligence to this mission by providing insight and working beside council staff to reach goals. The safety of Girl Scouts is why we are all here today. It is why we all serve. We owe our future generations of girls and young women the same power and dedication they show to this program. During this unprecedented time, we are remaining diligent and resourceful to ensure that all of our Girl Scout families remain healthy. The Board of Directors and I want to express our gratitude for your attendance today. We do not take our responsibilities lightly. We want to empower every girl and volunteer with the knowledge to keep them safe and healthy while still participating in the Girl Scout leadership experience. For now, I am happy to introduce Rachel Broussard, CEO of Girl Scouts of Louisiana Pines to Gulf, as she walks you through the council and board's response to COVID-19. I recognize and invite Rachel to provide an update on the council's COVID-19 response.
Thank you, Danielle, and good evening, everyone. I'm so thankful that you took some of your precious time to spend with us tonight as an investment in our movement. This year, more than ever, we've faced unprecedented change within our movement and within our communities, even within our regular family routines. We have had to adapt like never before. But as Girl Scouts, even in uncertain times, we don't shy away from change. As Girl Scouts, we know how to take opportunities and how to lead in those so crucial moments. As a council, we've taken many steps to do just that in these unprecedented times. Consequently, as of March 16th, we've had to close our offices to the public while our staff continues working remotely from home. Though this has meant placing a halt on our face-to-face programming, including troop and service unit meetings, troop travel opportunities, and council events. But we've worked diligently to transition into offering the Girl Scout leadership experience on a new virtual platform for GSLPG. We've begun to offer Facebook Live programming coordinated by our program team and volunteers. These virtual programs are hosted, with our, like I said before, our staff, our volunteers, community partners, and we've even had a few girls show up to participate in these virtual offerings. Give me just a second, I'm so sorry. These virtual programs, we've also been able to offer, our troop support team has worked to enable our volunteers to host Zoom and Skype troop meetings to stay connected with their girls. And we continue collaborating with GSUSA to broaden the scope of what we are able to offer our membership. Though we have done all in our power to continue our programming and continue to search out more and better ways to engage our membership, we have unfortunately had to cancel or postpone several of our planned events for this year, including the Lead Her Summit, our traditional summer camp offerings, as well as our Cookie CEO celebrations. We are also working to revamp or reschedule several of the travel and adventure experiences girls earn during our Cookie program, as well as dealing with the ramifications of GSUSA's decision to cancel the Girl 2020 conference scheduled for October in Orlando. However, for those of you being elected as delegates and to all of our members today, I will assure you that GSLPG's delegates and GSLPG's members will be able to participate in a National Council session that will be virtual. The date will be announced shortly. And though these decisions have been difficult to make, we are doing our very best to remain nimble and positive despite the challenges that have presented. With regard to summer camp, it is important to note that in this time of uncertainty and constantly changing timelines, we are placed in a most difficult position. But the highest regard for health and safety must prevail, even though our hearts are very heavy. That decision has been an incredibly hard decision for the GSLPG's summer camp volunteer teams, as well as the staff and the board. But our chief concern centers around our ability to house campers in such proximity while maintaining best practices as currently mandated by the CDC and the Louisiana Department of Health. We simply don't have the resources or capacity to hold camp within the necessary guidelines for girl and volunteer safety in this moment. We remain keenly aware of the concerns related to health and safety and the potential risk associated with gatherings such as camp. And in weighing these risks, we have decided to err on the side of our membership safety. Though traditional camp activities cannot be held, our program team is committed to offering virtual camp activities throughout the months of June and July. And you will definitely hear more about these opportunities in the upcoming weeks. Furthermore, based on the extension of the governor's stay-at-home order and the current CDC and federal government guidelines for the upcoming month, we have made the decision to extend the restrictions on girl, troop, and council activities until June 15th. This is a step that's been taken to give everyone the time to adequately phase in our in-person activities while maintaining the safety of our membership. This will mean that all council-sponsored girl volunteer programs travel opportunities, training, and events, they will be canceled through June 15th. However, we are very hopeful that our current circumstances will continue to improve. And if they should improve prior to June 15th, we assure you that you will be the first to be notified of the changes in our council guidelines. We also want you to know that while we've been continuing to do our best by our membership, we have also been working very hard to take care of our staff. I'm overjoyed to announce that we have successfully applied for and acquired a payroll protection loan through the Small Business Administration Expanded Relief, which is provided for under the CARES Act. This means that we can continue to maintain our current level of staffing through this crisis. And we hope that in June, it will definitely get us through and get us back into our offices or take us through June so that we can get back to a sense of normalcy. This financial relief has definitely been one of our greatest blessings in the situation, as we would not be able to continue the critical work of the movement without our dedicated and passionate staff, volunteers, and board members. We really need everyone, and I've been calling it, we need everyone in the middle of this mess to be passionate and to work hard on behalf of our girls. Throughout all this uncertainty comes opportunity. And I have been so proud and reassured to see the power of the Girl Scout movement in action. Staff and volunteers are working together like never before to be a force for good in these trying times. Girls are stepping up and they're leading like it's second nature. And to our treasured volunteers in this Volunteer Appreciation Month, our girls and our staff and our board, we owe that to you. The work that you've been able to continue carrying forth virtually, by telephone, however it is you are doing it, is a great opportunity for our girls. So we definitely appreciate you for that. And although times and circumstances are uncertain right now, I am confident in our movement, and I'm very proud of our membership's ability to make lemonade out of the many lemons we've been given. In the face of our community's tremendous adversity, Girl Scouts is doing everything that we can to push forward and to make it happen so that it will continue to matter for our girls and for our membership. I thank you guys for the opportunity just to briefly give you an overview of our response to COVID-19. Please be on the lookout for more to come. I know our program team is hard at work, and I also know that GSUSA, our national organization, is also hard at work, and we're hoping real soon that we're going to be able to roll out more service-oriented projects for you and our girls to take on in a capacity that is safe for your families and for their families. So please be on the lookout for that. Now I'm going to pause for a minute to take a few questions or concerns. I will be honest with you guys, because we're doing this through a virtual platform, we're going to have to limit the number of questions that each of our panelists take tonight. So we would be happy to answer a few questions tonight. And then if you want to, you can surely type in any further questions that you have into the chat log. We have Diane, our marketing director, who is making sure that all those questions are recorded, and we'll be sure to get you those answers within the next 48 hours. So if you would like to ask a question before the group, you are definitely welcome to do that, and you can do that by using the raise your hand function in the control panel in the GoToWebinar meeting control panel. Once you raise your hand, the moderator will unmute you so that you can answer, so that you can ask your question.
There are currently no questions.
All right. I will take that as a sign that you guys are happy and confident in how we're moving forward, albeit we are very sad and unhappy in a lot of respects as to having to cancel things such as our summer camp. And so we definitely appreciate your support. And if you should have any questions, please reach out to the staff. Know that we are here for you in this moment and that we're hoping your families and you are very safe. So stay well. I'm going to turn the meeting back over to Danielle right now.
All right, and now I will recognize Keisha Buto to provide the credentials report.
Good evening, everyone. I'm providing to the Secretary a list of the voting members of the annual meeting who have registered as of 6:45 p.m. Registered are 33 delegates, 8 board members, 2 board development committee members, totaling 43 members eligible to vote. We have quorum. Also attending are 0 visitors and 8 staff members.
The chair will entertain a motion to accept the credentials report. If you wish to make a motion to accept the credentials report, please raise your hand to be recognized. Is there a motion to recognize, to accept the credentials report?
There is a motion by Bridget Cormier. Oh, Kathy Scott.
There's been a motion.
I'm sorry, Kathy Scott, you are unmuted.
Okay, I make a motion to accept the report.
There's been a motion to accept the report, the credentials report. Is there a second?
Bridget Cormier, you are unmuted to second the motion.
Is there a second to accept the credentials report? Moderator, has there been a?
Sherry Barks.
Go ahead.
Sherry Barks, you can unmute yourself so that you can make a motion. Sherry Barks, you unmuted. Madam Moderator, we're having trouble unmuting attendees. I apologize. Sherry Barks, you are unmuted.
I second the motion.
The motion has been moved and properly second. Are there any questions or discussion as it relates to the motion to accept the credentials report? Moderator, are you noticing any questions as it relates to discussion
I'm
for
currently
the acceptance of?
having problems unmuting.
Okay.
There are no questions.
Okay. Hearing no questions as to the motion on the floor to accept the credentials report, Please post a poll to vote on this matter. Delegates, please vote using the electronic poll that should be posting up.
The
Poll
poll
is
has,
now live. You are viewing it on your screen. Please take this time to vote to accept the credentials report. As we wait for the results of the poll, I wanted to share a little bit about what our girls have been up to in these trying times. Though their worlds have been turned upside down, they have not stopped thinking about others. Girls have been creating their own handmade thank yous to medical personnel and other essential workers since the pandemic began. And we have collected over 30 images of girls and their signs and cards to share on our Facebook page and also with local media outlets so that essential workers all over our regions could see the thankfulness and resourcefulness of our girl membership. If you would like to see the growing gallery of images, please visit our council Facebook page and click photos.
Please lock the poll and display the results. The motion is to accept the credentials report. The delegates have voted 100%. The motion passes. I now recognize Beverly Smith Page, Chair of the Board Development Committee.
Hello, everyone. Madam Chair, the Board Development Committee submits the following nominations. For the Board of Directors, terms will expire 2023. Board Chair, Danielle Brown. First Vice President, Stephanie Dijic. Secretary, Kevin Webb. Treasurer, Haley Norris. Members at large. Terms to expire at 2023. We have Yvette Lucas, Mike Mayo, Judith Warren Washington, and Barbara Casey. Girl Advisors. Terms to expire 2021. We have Carolyn, Callie, Malley, Catherine, Katie Malley, and Emma Bergeron. Board Development Committee. For the Board Development Committee, term to expire in 2023, we have Barbara Casey and Beverly Page. National Council Session Delegates. For the National Council Session Delegates, we have Jessica Hall, Kim Myers, Daniel Brown, and Rachel Broussard. For the National Council Session Alternate Delegates, we have Carrie Baruch and Miriam Brown. For the Board Committee moves to adopt the slate of nominees to be elected by poll vote.
The motion from the BDC does not require a second. Is there a discussion or questions as it relates to the motion from the BDC to accept their slate of candidates? Please raise your hand to be recognized if you have a question or point of discussion.
There are no questions.
The motion is to adopt the slate of nominees presented by the Board Development Committee. Please post a poll to vote on this matter. Delegates, please vote using the electronic poll.
As we wait for the vote to finish, I am back to mention another Girl Scout mission moment. Recently, Marion Brown and her troop, Troop 1303 out of Shreveport, took part in Shreveport Green's Earth Friendly While Staying at Home campaign. Participants were encouraged to share photos of themselves doing earth-friendly activities such as planting flowers, conserving water, drawing Earth Day pictures, and more as part of the 50th Earth Day celebration on April 22nd, which was also Girl Scout Leaders Day. Carrington, Kaylee, and Cameron were highlighted in an article in the Shreveport Times for participating in the campaign and are a great example of girls continuing to help make their world a better place despite the difficulties they are currently faced with. Shout out as well to Marion Brown for being a great example of a troop leader getting creative to bring her girls together while still adhering to social distancing mandates.
Please lock the poll and display the results. The motion is to adopt the slate of nominees. The delegates voted 97% yes, 3% no. No abstentions, and the motion carries. The motion passes. I would like to take this time to acknowledge and thank our outgoing board members. Our outgoing board members are Jason Clevin, Carol Pontier, Melanie Blanchard. Our outgoing girl advisors are Emma Agan, Amelie Godin, Layla Matherin. I recognize Brittany Bass Arvey, Chair of the Policy Committee.
Good evening. My name is Brittany Bass Arvey, and I am the chair of the Board of Directors Policy Committee. The Policy Committee reviewed the bylaws and made recommendations to improve two provisions, one regarding an adjustment to special meetings notification time, and the other regarding the annual meeting time period and means of delivery. On behalf of the Board of Directors Policy Committee, I move that the bylaws be amended as follows. Article 6, Section 6B, Notice of Special Meetings, be amended to change the board member notice period from at least 5 working days prior to the meeting to at least 48 hours prior to the meeting. Article 4, Section 1A, Annual Meeting Scheduling, be amended to extend the scheduling period timeframe from the first quarter of each calendar year to the first half of each calendar year, and be amended to add the sentence, to the extent allowed by the laws of Louisiana, the Board of Directors may elect to have the corporation conduct the annual meeting via electronic services to the end of Article 4, Section 1A. On behalf of the GSLPG Board of Directors Policy Committee, I move to amend the bylaws as presented in the delegate materials.
My apologies, I was muted. The motion from the Policy Committee does not require a second. Is there discussion or questions as it relates to the Policy Committee's recommendation? Please raise your hand to be recognized if you have a question or point of discussion.
There are no questions.
The motion is to approve the bylaws changes as presented. This requires a 2/3 vote. Please post a poll to vote on this matter. Delegates, please vote using the electronic poll.
Once again, as we wait for the vote to finish, I'd like to share another mission moment, this time regarding our staff. Cookies from our cupboard left over after the sale are usually donated to a worthy cause in the area, and this year was no different. Product Program Director Francesca Posey was able to coordinate with the Willis-Knighton Health System to donate over 80 cases of Girl Scout cookies to their doctors, nurses, and other medical personnel who have made so many sacrifices for our health and safety during this health crisis. Willis-Knighton was so appreciative of the morale-boosting gesture that they shared an awesome video and testimonial on their Facebook page thanking us for the donation. We were able to share it with our membership and our local media as an example of Girl Scouts continuing to find ways to impact our communities even in these difficult times.
Please lock the poll and display the results. The motion is to approve the changes to the bylaws. The delegates voted 94% in favor, 6% against, with 0 abstentions. The motion passes. I now recognize Haley Norris, Girl Scout Louisiana Pines to Gulf Treasurer, and Catherine Hogue, CFO, to deliver the council financial report.
Thank you, Danielle. This is Haley. As treasurer of the GSLPG Board of Directors, I am honored to work alongside the board and staff to ensure that our council's financial health is robust and protected even during these very uncertain times. Staff has been proactive in making sure that they are doing everything they possibly can. As Rachel mentioned, this included the successful application for a payroll protection loan. With that said, I would like to invite Catherine Hogue, our council CFO, to deliver the 2020 council financial report.
Good evening, everyone. As you can see, our total public support and revenue for the year ending 9/30/19 was $2,748,392. The breakdown of which is as follows. Our net cookie revenue was $2,381,825. Our net fall product revenue was $85,200. United Way designations, $64,392. Retail revenue, $55,987. Grants and donations, $48,159. Investment income, $47,194. Program service revenue, $46,181. Annual giving, $15,040. And miscellaneous income of $4,414. Our total expenses, if we'll move to the next slide, were $2,895,134. The breakdown of which is as follows. Program service expenses, $2,285,678. Management and general expenses, $423,579. And fundraising expenses, $185,877. Overall, 79% of our total expenses were allocated toward program services, 14.6% allocated to management in general, while 6.4% were spent on fundraising activities. We were able, in this fiscal year, to decrease our deficit from the prior year by $133,537,000, and ended our year with a net loss of $146,742. Our council staff continues to diligently work on ways to decrease and hopefully eliminate our deficit. Our financial statements are audited annually by our independent accounting firm, and the audit reports are available online for viewing at the Louisiana Legislative Auditor's website. At this time, I will open the floor for questions. Please raise your hand to be recognized if you have a question or a point for discussion.
There are no questions.
Thank you, everyone.
The chair will entertain a motion to accept the financial report. If you wish to make a motion to accept the financial report, please raise your hand to be recognized.
Jessica Hall, you are unmuted to make your motion.
I make a motion to accept.
There's been a motion to accept the financial report. Is there a second?
Cindy, you are unmuted to make your motion.
I second the motion.
There has been a motion with a proper second to accept the financial report. Are there any questions or point of discussion at this time?
There are no questions.
The motion is to accept the financial report. Seeing as there are no further questions or discussion, please post the poll to vote on this matter. Delegates, please vote using the electronic poll.
While we wait for the vote to finish, I have one final mission moment to share in the form of another shout out, this time to Teresa Wright, for keeping her girls engaged, active, and looking to the future during these strange times. Teresa and her troop, Troop 2016, had planned a trip to Chico State Park to hike the 20-mile loop around the lake in the fall of this year. They agreed that in the months leading up to the trip, they would all work to ensure they could make the whole loop by practicing their hiking. Teresa announced in our volunteer partner call that she has made it up to 10 miles in her daily walks and is encouraging her girls to keep up with her in hopes of everyone completing the hike. Way to be a terrific example of goal setting and accountability for your girls, Teresa.
Please lock the poll and display the results. The motion to accept the financial report, the delegates voted 100% to accept it, 0 against, and 0 abstentions. At this time, I'm expecting a text from staff regarding the door prize winners.
I'm sorry,
Rachel, do
Danielle.
you have
I'm sorry,
Go
Danielle.
ahead.
This is Michelle Begno. I apologize. I was keeping up with the list of attendees. Your first grand prize winner is Sharon Lamano.
All right, Shannon Lamato, you are our first door prize winner. And it looks like you have won. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Shannon Lamato. It looks like you have won a $100 Council Shop gift certificate. And then our second door prize winner, Michelle?
Deborah Ami.
Deborah Ami, you have won a $100 Amazon gift card. I will now entertain a motion to adjourn the annual meeting. If you wish to make a motion to adjourn, please raise your hand to be recognized.
Marion Brown, you are unmuted to make your motion. Marion? Marion, you are unmuted to make your motion. Sharon Lamano, you are unmuted to make your motion.
I make the motion to adjourn the meeting.
There's been a motion to adjourn. Is there a second? If you'd wish to second that motion, please raise your hand to be recognized.
Jessica Hall, you are unmuted to make your motion.
I second the motion.
The motion to adjourn has been moved and properly seconded. Please poll the vote on this matter. Delegates, please vote using the electronic poll. Please lock the poll and display the results. The motion to adjourn has passed by 97%, and with 3% not wishing to adjourn and 0 abstentions. The motion has passed. The 2020 Girl Scout Louisiana Pines to Gulf Annual Meeting is adjourned. Thank you all so much for your participation. Stay safe and be well.